brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Mornings at the Cabin, indeed. Wheeler and Lecter on a Friday morning. Oh, back at it again. It's a beautiful morning out there. Mornings at the Cabin brought to you by Aurora Ford, driving the north. The all-new 2021 Bronco Sport. If it's not sold, come by and check it out today. Don't worry, there'll be more very soon. And also the new 2021 F-150, redesigned for a whole new generation of people. Lecter, happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Thank you. Now, I've been off all week, so every morning's almost been like Friday morning, except, well, actually, yesterday was like a Saturday morning. Not my Saturday morning, but someone's Saturday morning. Maybe my Sunday morning, when I got to sleep in a little bit and not have to worry about coming here or going over there. It was nice. Yeah. What?
That's confusing. I'm amazed that you know it's Friday.
I don't know it's Friday. Is it Friday?
You wished me a happy Friday.
I did?
Yeah.
All right. Starting off on a Friday morning. It is minus 22 degrees outside. Not too bad. Not as cold as it was, not as warm as it was, but here we are stuck in the middle. And, still a beautiful day. I hope some of you are still on time off. This feels weird when I've taken some time off in the middle of time when nobody else is taking time off. Usually when people take time off, it coincides with other people taking time off, especially around the holidays. So you get the chance to be like, hey, let's go out this afternoon and, day drink. But you can't because people are at work.
Well, you can't alone.
I mean, I can't alone. But,
right.
I think that doesn't mean anything, but it's not the best.
That's George Thorogood territory.
That's right.
You don't want to go down that road.
Well, I prefer to drink alone. I prefer to be all by myself. Or something to that effect. We got some things to talk about. Stick around, promise. It's going to be okay.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Well, it was bound to happen. You knew it was going to happen, but the COVID cops have served up a big, fat ticket. Yellow Knife's Monkey Tree has been issued a ticket totaling $5,175 for violation of a COVID-19 public health order limiting the capacity of indoor areas. The ticket followed a visit to the Range Lake Road pub. This is written oddly. By the territory's pandemic enforcement officers on a Saturday night in mid-November. So this dates back weeks. And now this makes a lot of sense because I heard tell from people that the place was jam-packed. And this was like mid-November. It's like, did you hear about the Monkey Tree this weekend? The place was packed. There were hundreds of people in there.
Right.
Like, oh, that doesn't sound like that's within the rules. And it wasn't. So there you go. So they got a $4,500 fine and a $675 surcharge that they have to pay by March 2nd. Now, in our article, there's no quote from co-owner Jen Vornbrock because they declined to comment. All that they did say is that they will be taking it to court. They're going to be contesting the charge. But she did confirm that the ticket related to this capacity limit.
Yeah.
So their capacity, I think, was 75 people. They probably got the extra capacity for a club, I should say. So 75. And from what I heard, and again, this is just rumor and hearsay, but apparently not that there were a lot more people than that. Which is, I mean, a lot of frustration. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of frustration coming from Jennifer. I know because she's been very outspoken with in regards to everything, and absolutely makes sense because she's a small business owner, a restaurant owner, in fact, and because you're not allowed to have people there, it obviously very much adversely affects her business.
Right.
So a lot of frustration has been coming from her, and completely understandable because, like she said, and like we've seen, we don't have any cases. Like we don't have any active cases right now.
Yeah.
So, but we still got to play the game. We still got to keep it as safe as possible. So, I don't know.
It's a tough situation.
It's a tough situation. Yeah.
I mean, because it's hard not to sympathize with that.
Yep.
that side of it. The fact that we have been very good case wise. We haven't had a single case of community spread yet. So it is in an unprecedented type of thing. It's time to stop saying unprecedented.
It's not.
Holy, what was that? Good Lord, are you getting ready for a brawl? Jeez.
Pardon me.
That was cartoon-like.
So completely unprofessional on a radio show. That was, that was just...
Those were Jesse's knuckles, in case you
my first
Didn't
crack
realize
of the
he's
morning.
sizing him up for his brass ones or
But
something.
but what you were saying about community spread, this is why we don't have it. It was one of the reasons we don't have it. It was because we're not allowing parties like this.
Because everyone's afraid of your knuckles? Wow. Anyway.
Right in your headphones. My goodness.
Just threw me right out of that
Okay.
one.
Yeah, there you go.
What were we talking about?
COVID restrictions in
COVID
regards to the monkey tree.
Yeah.
We haven't had a case of community spread.
Yeah.
We've been very good. But I mean, one of the reasons we've been very good is because we've been that strict, right? And
Yeah.
I mean, this dates back to mid-November. The big concern, right, before Christmas, because obviously Carolyn Cochran came out and said, "Listen, if you don't need to have your kids at home, can you not have them?
Yeah.
Like we're encouraging you not to have your kids come home." And then like 90% of families had their kids come home.
Right.
Fair enough. Like if they were able to isolate, I mean, around holidays is like the perfect time. It's when most other places put in their kind of second lockdown restrictions. It's like, I think Manitoba did it, Alberta was doing it, UK was doing it. It was like, for these 2 or 3 weeks around Christmas, we're locked down. Everything's locked down. And it makes sense because it's around Christmas. A lot of people have time off work, things like that. So the big concern, especially with places like this, and this is not to say anything about the Monkey Tree, but the Monkey Tree is obviously a very popular place.
Yep.
And it's with everybody coming back in from school, they're going to want a place to go.
Yeah.
Right? And that's
And
just the way it is. Yeah.
It's one of the main dance places.
It's
in
one
town.
of the main dance halls in Yellowknife. And I mean, I remember coming back from school or coming back from down south for Christmas. Like, you're going out every night to see all your friends and reconstitute this thing called friendship. So yeah,
Is that how you would invite people
that
out?
is yes. So
May
that's
we reconstitute this?
let's pick up
this
where we
sacred bond.
exunted. So yeah, obviously a lot of frustration there, and I can see that they're going to fight it.
Yeah, as you would expect.
I don't see them winning it. I mean, if there's evidence that they were above the limit, the government's taken that money.
Yeah.
Like they're going to. Like, this is the reason we set these out in place, and you blatantly disregarded it.
Yeah.
There it is. We'll see how it all plays out.
Well, even if I get caught speeding, even if I know full well I was speeding,
That's right.
I'm going to go and I'm going to fight that.
Well, I mean, the chances are that there's a good chance the bylaw officer or whoever pulled you over may not show up.
That's right.
And as far as I know from the playground kids at school, if they don't show up, you don't have to pay.
That's right. It also could be like a situation where, and I mean, you know, who knows? Because there's not a lot of detail in the story. Obviously, that'll come out in the courts.
Yeah.
But I feel like we might be in kind of a time now where our perception of how many people 75
Oh my
looks
God.
like in a
70
group has been skewed.
So skewed because you're like, well, 75 people. You had 75 people at your party? That's crazy. That's a huge party.
Yeah.
You put 75 people in the middle of the Monkey Tree, and it's like, well, this place is a quarter full.
Right.
Right? Like I said, I think the capacity in that place is, well, I think the capacity is like under 200 people, but still, it's pretty up there.
So maybe it was like, it should be 1/5 full, but it's a
1/5
quarter full.
Yeah.
They must be over capacity. So yeah, you never know. But
Get it down there. Get it down.
it'll all come out. Obviously, it's
It just sucks that
It sucks.
It sucks
Yeah.
it sucks that like it's such a huge, because they've obviously already taken a ding.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But it also sucks on the other side because now this is going to be used as an argument for like, see, if you don't do what the government tells you, they're gonna close down your business. It's like, well, nah, it's not really the case, but like,
yeah. And
there's a reason these things are put in place, and yeah, it hasn't always been gold from
Yeah.
the leadership, but I mean,
And with regards to, to fairness, which sucks that we even have to bring that, into the equation with regards to a situation like this. But, I mean, there's other bars that are under the same restrictions, other restaurants
Yeah,
that are,
and they're
that are
doing
under the
fine.
same restrictions. And they are going to great lengths
Yeah.
to make sure that they are adhering to those restrictions.
exactly. So
And
that's
so, when they hear
Yeah.
rumors and stories from other people saying, hey, this bar is just like packed.
they're packed.
Beyond capacity.
Yeah.
That's got to be frustrating
Yeah.
for them. So it's kind of a reinforcing that, like, hey, if you're taking this seriously
Yeah.
and you are adhering, like doing everything you can to adhere to these restrictions,
Yeah.
keep it up.
Keep it up.
Keep it up.
Keep it up. Nobody
Yeah.
wants a $5,000 fine. So obviously, yeah, feel bad, and at the
Yeah.
same time, other places are doing it, and they're doing it just fine.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast, where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
It's the first weekend of the new year. And you know how we do in January? No time off whatsoever. Although you did just have the first 4 days off. But there's no long weekends in January. It's what makes January the Monday of months.
Oh, right.
Right?
Ugh.
There's no long weekend until like March.
Man, this first Friday could not have come soon enough.
Are you feeling the pinch?
I feel exhausted.
Right?
Oh,
that first week.
God.
And I mean, like, that's why I reached out, so through this time off, through the holiday season, I'm not, and this is not to be feel sorry for me because I didn't get any time off. Didn't really get a day where I didn't have to do anything.
Right.
Didn't even have to go to work, or I didn't have to get together with family. And not that getting together with family is work, but when you're doing it on Zoom, it's a little different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There wasn't a day where I just got to do nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
So
at least you got to gather with family with no pants on.
that was great.
Yeah.
Well, no, I still put pants on. You can still see us, because we have a bit of a wide angle on the room because we're playing Catan together. We've played Catan via Zoom with her parents.
Right.
12 times.
Wow.
It's been great. We love Catan. We're a Catan family. Get Risk out of here.
Here, Catan Clan.
We're a Catan. All right. You know what? I don't even know why I come up with stuff anymore. So I hadn't really had it until yesterday. That's why I reached out on Wednesday. Can I take the morning? Because I didn't have to go anywhere near other work. If I didn't have to come here, then I could just, have a day.
Yeah.
Which is nice. It's nice to have a day for yourself every once in a while.
And how was your day?
It was good.
Good.
We still hung out, obviously, and then we went to the ice caves the other morning as well.
Oh, nice.
Or the other day. They're a little less than this year just because there hasn't been as much moisture, but still beautiful. What a wonderful place.
Yeah.
And the new bridge out at the Back Bay Cemetery, and I remember the sign that you were talking about.
I forgot about that, right.
So the new bridge across the way there.
Yeah.
New plaque there commemorating all the people that are actually laid to rest there.
Oh, cool.
Really, really nice.
Yeah.
Really, really nice. It's such a nice walk. And so much different from the last time we went. The last time we went was a few years ago.
Right.
But now everything around the lake across it is graded for skiers. Right? So there's a ski path there. There's a lot more Skidoo traffic there as well. But last time we walked there from down at the bottom of Niven, we were in knee-deep snow the whole way.
Right.
And now it's like a road.
Oh.
You're
You want to go down that road.
You want to go down that road, see the dead people. So it was, it's been a nice couple of days. So it was nice to have a couple days off.
I heard you mention the sign by the lake shore.
The sign, the little Back Bay Cemetery.
I
It's a
love
beautiful
that sign.
Yeah.
It's so charming.
It is charming.
And a little creepy.
Yeah, a little creepy.
Charming in a creepy way.
Yeah, I want there to be more raven poop on it to be more creepy.
It's surprising that there's none.
Yeah, it is. One of the things I've been doing, though, a lot during this time off, playing a little Switch.
Aha.
Love that Switch.
Yeah.
We've had ours for a couple of years now. Great games. A top 3 Mario game of all time is Mario Odyssey, one of the first games that came out for it. Right up there now, for me anyway, got Paper Mario for Christmas.
Right.
It's awesome.
Nice.
So much fun, so much to do, so many collectibles. Because that's all it is, really. Anyway, that's all Mario games have become. Just collecting things, right?
Yeah.
Which is great. I love it. I love but it's with this one, it's like an RPG.
Yeah.
So you got to get your weapons, you got to up your accessories, you got to up your hit points, and then you solve all these puzzles in order to defeat enemies.
Well, it's a different era of Mario, right? I mean,
it's a different game.
Princess is very self-sufficient now. She's an independent woman.
Is
she
she
need Mario
we've gotten
to save
into
her.
this? Princess is the worst. Princess Peach is the worst.
She's learned, though.
She has not. There are legitimately 30 Mario games where Princess Peach is just like, I'm just going to hang out with Bowser. I'm sure nothing will happen. And then she gets kidnapped. And then every time he rescues her, she's like, well, here's a kiss on the cheek. And you want to come in for some cake? And he's like, yeah, I guess. And that's their whole relationship. Now, again, she's not obligated. She doesn't owe him anything for him rescuing her. But
well, Mario always gets
I feel like there's always been a flirtation there from her. If you come rescue me, maybe we'll get married and live together forever. And then it's always just like, you know what? Let's just be friends.
I'm going to put some of this on Mario because I feel like there's probably a point where that is possibly going to happen, and then he blows. He gets too messed up on mushrooms.
Yeah, that's right.
And he just he can't.
Mario,
he can't even anymore.
Are you on mushrooms again? Yes, I am. Yeah, I've been eating mushrooms this entire time. One of the reasons I brought that up, though, obviously this has been a lot of the time because we kind of play that together. It's a one-player game, but she'll give me clues and try to help me solve the puzzles. We're a fantastic couple. But Jay Bear sent us this little infographic yesterday about games that are celebrating anniversaries this year. Now, the one thing that's not on this list is actually Mario Brothers, which is celebrating 35 years in existence.
Good Lord.
35 years. So other games on this list, Pokemon, 25 years on Nintendo. Let's see here. Like the Nintendo 64 itself is 25 years old. Tomb Raider is 25 years old. Super Smash Brothers, I should say, 20 years old. Sonic the Hedgehog, 30 years old. Like this is Donkey Kong is 40 years old.
Yeah, this doesn't actually make me feel quite as old as
It doesn't.
I thought it was going
I was gonna say the same thing. I was thinking that this would make me feel old, but not really.
Right.
I mean, yeah, no, these things have been around for quite some time.
Yeah. Skyrim, 10 years old.
Skyrim
Yeah,
being 10 years
okay.
old. Yeah, that's a bit.
Right.
That's like, because like the last 10 years, it just feels like it's all been kind of squished together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Halo being 20 years old is actually the one that makes me feel
Yeah.
oldest.
Well, I mean, and it's, again, going back to this year's, things that happened in like January feel like they happened last decade.
Right.
And they almost did. Like that Connor McDavid goal again, over Morgan Riley. Remember the one where he just kind of
The ankle breaker.
He just kind of steps to the left, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden he's gone.
And Riley just
That was today.
twirls away.
Or yesterday, a year ago.
Oh, that makes me feel so old.
Oh, so old. So many things happened in this past year. What a crazy, crazy year it's been.
What's Kid Icarus? I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Oh,
game.
Kid Icarus was a platforming game. 35 years old. I mean, it's the same age as Mario.
Oh, okay.
So it was a platform just like Mario.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Interesting.
Kingdom Hearts is 15 years old. Like, yeah, it's not making me feel as old, but it's just interesting to see how long some of these games have been out there.
I think
and
Super
that we're
Smash
still
Bros.
playing them.
Super Smash Bros. Being 20 years old for a lot of people, that
That one's a big one.
one's going to hit home.
Well, yeah, it was on the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
And I've got Super Smash Bros. On the Switch. It's still around.
Never liked it.
I could never get into it. I was never that good at it.
Yeah.
I was never that good at fighting games anyway.
Yeah.
So, if that makes you feel old, I'm sorry. It's not really making us feel old. We know video games have been around for a while.
Take that, Jay Bear.
But it's fun. Take that, Jay. You're older than us. It is interesting to, Mario Brothers being 35 years old, and now I'm playing the latest iteration, which is Paper Mario, which is not actually canon to the rest of the Mario games because it is an RPG.
You remember Mario RPG?
Yeah.
Great game.
Yeah, I remember not knowing. Yeah, I remember when it came out. This is how long ago that was. When it came out, didn't know what an RPG was.
Yeah.
I thought it was some sort of graphics emulator. It was not. It was some really boring Super Mario game.
I just assumed it stood for Super Mario Brothers Rippage.
Yeah, rippage. Ripping,
I don't know what that means, but it sounds really cool.
Yeah, ripping ponage gulag. All right.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast. Hey, it was early. What do you want from us?
Happy Friday morning to you. Minus 22 degrees outside. Right in the middle. You don't have to wear your goose, your Canada Goose, but you could if you wanted to.
I would.
You might sweat on the way to work.
Yeah.
That's good to get a good sweat on. Following the announcement from the NWT Brew Company that they will be, I think they're closed this week, and then limiting hours between Thursday and Sunday for the next couple of months. I think
just for January.
Just for
now.
January?
Yeah,
okay, I thought it was up till March.
I thought that at first, too, but then I double-checked, and it said till the end of January.
Till the end of January, okay. We're not trying to spread any misinformation about the Brew Pub. Obviously, go to the Facebook page for any updates that you may require. But the reason we wanted to bring it up today is because they got a quirky new ad that they didn't do with us. But it features one of our favorite performers of all time, Baby Brian. And it's just about getting those bottles back, growlers and beer bottles, rinsing them out before you bring them back so they can reuse them. And that reminds me, got about a dozen of those bottles on my fridge right now. I need to get those
all dirty and sticky.
No, I rinsed them all out.
Oh, well done.
Well, I don't like skunky beer. I mean, it's a great way to get fruit flies is to leave a bunch of beer at the bottom of a bottle. Mm-hmm. So they are rinsed out. Need to bring them in. This ad is a gentle nudge, a nice little reminder so they don't have to buy more beer bottles. They can reuse the ones they already did have. So, but we want to play this little jingle for you. I think Lecter's got it.
I haven't heard it yet.
You haven't heard it?
Yeah, you said
well, it's Baby Brian.
Been stuck in your head.
Yeah.
It'll catch you.
It goes like,
Baby
ooh,
Brian.
Yeah.
With a message from NWT Brewing Company.
There we are.
We are proud
Well, we
to
don't
offer our
listen
beer
to
to
the whole
go
thing.
as a part of our growler
Wow.
exchange.
Also, I'd like
I
to
haven't listened to any of this.
I'd like to let the
commitment
NWT
to
Brew Pub
providing
know
these
that I also
services
do
aligns with our
voiceovers.
commitment
And
to
if you ever needed a
responsible
narrator for one of your ads before
Our
Baby Brian
facility
sings,
allows us to
you can do that
sanitize
too.
and recycle our bottles to be filled with fresh beer for
Got a
sale.
nice
again
voice.
to
I'm glad
you.
they're informed.
But we
Yeah,
need your help,
got a nice
Yellowknight.
voice.
Please take a moment to rinse out your
Well, they
bottles
should be
and
informed.
growlers when you're finished to help ensure that we can process them
When
safely
does the song
and effectively.
start?
I told you 31
Because
seconds into the
remember-
video.
Oh, here we go.
Nothing is fouler than bottles and growlers all sticky and covered with mold. So rinse out your bottles and bring 'em on down to the YK Recycling Depot.
Ooh.
Oh,
You got to bring them to the depot. Okay, that makes sense.
yeah.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I just saw that Baby Brian had some new music. There it is.
There it is.
Yeah. Obviously, he released an album as well. You can check that out, too. But that's his newest track.
We won't plug that. We only plug one company at a time.
That's right. That's right. Go to the Facebook, NWT Brewing Company on Facebook. You can check out that video. I just thought that was good.
It's funny because it's one of those things that you'd think that you really shouldn't have to tell people.
How to
But
recycle?
How to, like, clean things, you know?
Well, it's specifically
before.
for them because they want to reuse those. Like, I mean, I imagine they want to reuse those bottles.
Right.
Right? So they have to buy more.
But even, like, with the growlers.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like something
Rinse
you
them
would
out.
reuse anyway. I've heard some horror stories.
It's disgusting.
About what people will bring back.
Yeah.
To hand them.
What
and
are
be
you
like,
doing?
Can
Like,
you refill this?
Can you refill this? It's got mold all over it. Well, I didn't bother looking at it. Like, I mean, where's your brain?
I remember when they first started the growler operation. I think there was people who were like bringing like old 4-liter milk jugs.
What are you
and
doing?
asking
Like,
them to put beer.
Can you
in
feel
them?
that? Put this in there.
Like, no, we're not going to do that because you might die and then we'll feel bad.
Exactly. Well, that's the other thing, right? It's like you're bringing it in there. You may not think anything of it because you're like, well, they'll probably the people who do that are like, well, they'll probably just clean it. They have to.
Yeah.
So you're not only handling over something that could make you sick, it could make the person that you're giving it to sick. That's why they ask you to rinse out things before you take it to the recycling depot as well, because those people don't want your spit and your backwash and all that crap in there or mold.
Especially because there's
easy.
this little thing called COVID.
I mean,
that people have
whatever. Pandemic, schmendemic.
People are real concerned
Sorry, pardon
about.
me. Plandemic.
Whoa.
Yeah, just rinse out your bottles.
Simple
But I
as
mean,
that.
if you need another reminder, we'll just keep playing that song. I think we just keep playing it.
Want me to play it again?
Yeah, I do. It's from a second 31 was
Just
when
in
it
case.
starts.
Nothing is fouler than bottles and growlers all sticky and covered with mold.
Say it again.
So rinse out your bottles and bring 'em on down to the YK Recycling Depot.
Oh, Brian, you have my heart, sir. That's nice.
Now, if you forget, it's on you.
If you
We
forget,
just played
it's
you a
on-
catchy jingle twice in a row.
Yeah, that's right. This message brought to you by Baby Brian.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Finishing up our number 2 of MATC with what has become one of our favorite segments of all time. It's time for Pop Culture Trivia with Emily Blake. Trivia, trivia. I think I got the answer. Trivia. We got to re-record. I got to get that part of trivia.
Just throw it in live like
I
that.
will. I'm going to throw it in live every time. It's
There
time
you
for another
go.
PCPTP party. That's Pop Culture Party Trivia Party with Emily Blake. Emily, welcome back to this new year.
Good morning.
And a whole new breadth of things to learn in pop culture. Good morning to you. I asked her the theme, and of course, it makes sense. It's a 2020 year in review.
Yeah.
Silly question, really.
Silly question.
The first PCPTP of 2021.
PCPTP.
PCPTP 2021.
Very
Starting off with
exciting.
a bang already. We are weeks into 2021. It feels
Not
like.
weeks.
Oh, it feels like it. I mean, a lot has gone down
The
in these
year
first
is
few
just
days.
flying by. My
Here we
God.
are, 8 days in, and already democracy is starting to crumble.
Oh, it was already crumbling.
I know. It's like Vegas. It's really shiny on the outside, and then you look deeper, and it's like all cracked and bloody. That's Vegas, baby. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
I've
hopefully.
never been. Huh.
Well, no. Well, we were going to go. Remember for your bachelor party?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, someday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll go to the. We'll drive to high level. It's almost like Vegas. Emily. Okay. Theme is Year in Review 2020. We can't wait. How many questions you got for us?
How many questions? I have 7.
All right.
I might
Okay.
not do all of them.
Let's
but-
give her.
Okay, question number 1.
Yes.
If you remember back in the summer, Jada Pinkett Smith had everyone talking about the term entanglement.
Yes. Yeah.
Of course, her Red Table Talk with Will Smith, she talked about having a different kind of entanglement with what musician?
Oh, damn
Was it A, Pusha T, B, Kanye West, C, August Alsina, or D, A$AP Rocky?
Was it A, Pusha T, B, Pusha C, C, Pusha D, or D, Pusha E?
I'll go with C.
Who was C again?
August Alsina.
Yes, C.
That is correct.
No,
I remember the August.
Yeah.
Yes.
I felt like
Yeah.
it was going to be the one that I don't remember their name.
They were getting,
Yeah, let's
they
go
were
with
getting a
that
lot of flack for that. Those Red Table Talks are actually really, really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people thought like she just dropped it on them during the Red Table Talks. Like, no.
He
They've
knew.
gone through this for years. They're just kind of putting it out there now.
Also, I'd never heard of August Alsina before that.
Well,
No,
I mean,
me
it's also
neither.
a great
No.
way to pump a friend's new album.
Yeah.
Sure.
There you go.
Well, he released a song, Entanglement, after that. So good for him, you know?
Jerk.
Well, I feel kind of bad for him because she was like, oh, it was just a thing. And he was like, I was in love with her. And she's just trying to like, it was.
Well, yeah,
Good word.
it was just an entanglement.
What a loser.
What a jeez, what a clingy loser.
Jeez.
Jeez,
harsh. Okay.
you broke Will Smith's heart, August. You can go.
Question number 2.
No.
Which celebrity got in hot water for an Instagram Live video where they questioned the seriousness of COVID back in March?
Yikes.
Was it A, Gal Gadot, B, Vanessa Hudgens, C, Kylie Jenner, or D, Justin Bieber?
To be fair, whoever the answer is, it was back in March.
Yeah, it's March.
We were all questioning
God,
COVID back in March.
when AWG got canceled, I was like, all right. I even posted. It was like March 5th. And it was like, oh, this is going a little bit far.
Yeah.
And then like 2 days later, I was like, well, I'm an idiot. You know, when you're presented with new information, it should change how you think about things.
All right, so who are those dumb celebrities again?
Gal Gadot,
Yep.
Vanessa Hudgens, Kylie Jenner, Justin Bieber.
See, I want to say it's Bieber or Jenner. It's
gotta be C or D,
Seems
yeah.
too obvious. I thought it was going to be, what's her tag from Lost? And Ant-Man.
What's her tag?
What's her name?
I know what you mean, but I don't know her name.
Exactly. So we call her what's her tag.
It's Evangeline Lilly. Is that her name?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
So go Gal Gadot.
I'll go with, let's go with Biebs.
Biebs. It was actually Vanessa Hudgens.
It was
wow.
Nessie.
So in
Whoa.
an Instagram Live video, she was like,
But she's so wholesome.
well, she was like, yeah, people are gonna die, but isn't that inevitable? Which obviously had people very upset.
Just never a good
Horrible
take.
hot
Even
take.
in March, if you were like, well, we don't know how this is going to be. Like, I guess we'll see how serious it is. Even if you were like kind of questioning it, but like, it's never ever a good take to be like, well, people are going to die, but that's just part of life.
Right. So she has since apologized. Naturally,
Yeah.
She's not the only celebrity
Of
that
course.
Got in trouble around the COVID thing. But
Eventually,
She
Lily.
stuck to her guns for a few months, but once she reached 1 million deaths, she was
Yeah.
like, all right, I should probably apologize.
Eventually, Lily did something kind of similar about vaccines. Letitia Wright out of from Black Panther did something recently as well.
Madonna said
Madonna's
something
an
weird.
ass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
list goes on.
Madonna from her like $21 million apartment in Manhattan in a bubble bath was like, we're all in this together.
You know what? We've all been in this together because we've all had our moment of ignorance. Whether it came early in the
Have
game
we?
or late in the game.
Oh, wait, yeah, I did, yeah.
We
No, I did.
all had our moment
Yeah,
of
yeah.
ignorance. We're all
That's
in
true.
this together.
Okay, good.
All right.
We're 1-1 through 2.
Speaking of celebrities, 2020 was a year with plenty of celebrity controversies.
Like, I thought you were going to say celebrity deaths. I was like, okay, let's count them.
I mean, there was also, but that's not a part. We're not going to get into that.
Okay, fine.
Which of the following celebrities did not have a scandal in 2020? Was it A, Reese Witherspoon, B, Doja Cat, C, Lana Del Rey, or D, Leah Michele?
Oh, it was. I think it was.
Did not have a scandal?
I think it was Reese Spoonies.
What were we defining as a scandal?
Like, they were quote unquote canceled for a period
I
in
see.
2020.
I think it was
Okay.
Reese Spoonies.
Okay. Reese Spoonies wasn't canceled?
I don't think so.
Okay. She's been canceled before, but
Has she?
yeah, I feel like a few years ago,
Yeah.
she had that. She got pulled over for drunk driving, and like
She was like, I'm white.
she, like kind of.
Yeah, kind
she
of.
was like,
She said
said to the
something
cop,
like,
"Do you know who I am?" Yeah,
Yeah.
something like
There's
that.
video of it.
Okay. Oh, just to go off on a complete different tangent. But
Please.
do you know who I am? Obviously, is like the trademark thing for celebrities to say that like just makes you dismiss them completely.
Right.
But like it may not have been like screaming, "You know who I am." It might have been like, "Listen, do you know who I am? Just can we work this out?" Like it's still not great, but it's not. It may not be like a screaming diva tirade. It might be just like, "Do you have any?" Like,
I mean,
it
attracts less attention.
It does, yeah, but like, it could have been just like, like it could have been like if you were a cop and pulled me over and we knew certain.
Oh,
same
so you're
people.
trying to pull some strings?
All right, trying to pull some strings. Yeah,
All
anybody in any position would try to pull some strings to try to get out of a DUI.
What a weasel!
Just saying, Reese Witherspoon is an angel. Go ahead.
So Reese Witherspoon, Doja Cat,
Lana Del Rey, Leah
Lana
Michelle.
Del Rey.
I know Doja Cat.
Who's the last one? Sorry,
Leah Michelle.
Leah Michelle.
Yeah,
I think
Leah
she
Mich-
had one.
Leah
I can't
Michelle
remember what
was
it was. Yeah. Which I can't remember. I'm not even going to ask what they did. See, Lana Del Rey.
It was Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Spoonies.
Nice one.
Leah Michelle, because one of her old co-stars tweeted about how she made her life a living hell and insinuated that it was because she was a person of color.
Well,
Wow.
and then pretty much every celebrity who's ever worked with Leah Michelle
Said the
came
same
out
thing?
and
Oh, there you
was
go.
like, she is the worst.
A horrible person. Well, I mean, that's always been the thing about her, that she's always been like a diva and like kind of difficult to work with.
Right.
Right. And then you have to take those with a grain of salt.
But
It's
wasn't
like,
that her
Is she a
character
diva
in
or
Glee?
is she
Well, there's
just
a difference between playing a character. And
Yeah.
She's
also-
a method actor.
Okay, yeah.
that show not great. Go ahead.
Anyway,
Okay, question 4. During the start of the pandemic, the Netflix docuseries Tiger King took the world by storm,
Ew.
introducing us to the world of big cat owners. Among them was Doc Antle. What is he a doctor in?
I don't think
Ooh.
it is.
Is it A, veterinary medicine,
Nope.
B, cosmic science,
Yeah,
C, mystical science,
probably.
or D, magical realism?
I definitely thought at first you were just going to stop at introduce us to the world of big cat.
So this is, but the thing is, he's an example of people. Maybe it is veterinary medicine. Maybe I'm completely off my rocker. I can't remember. But he's the kind of doctor that make people say to Joe Biden's wife, "Oh, you're really a doctor? You're a doctor of education? Is that really a doctor?" Right?
Is it him that's making people
No, it's
say
not him.
that?
No, it's not him. But I mean, he's one of those examples of like a person that where it's
Or
like,
is
are you
it-
really a doctor or are you a doctor of mystical science?
Or is it misogyny?
I mean, it is misogyny, of course. It is also that. That is always lingering around every answer for everything.
I'll go with mystical science.
I
'cause it
will go
sounds
with
fun.
cosmic science.
It was mystical
Hey! All right.
Tie
I
game.
I don't know what that means, but
No, me neither.
he knows all about it.
He is a doctorum.
I would
It's
like
a
to
doctor
know more.
of mystical science.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, question number 5. Thinking back to the start of the pandemic, remember when Gal Gadot tried to cheer up the common folk with the
Oy.
cover of Imagine?
Wow.
Which celebrity
No.
was not in that poorly conceived viral video? Was it A, Mark Ruffalo,
Uh,
B, Amy Adams, C, Zoe Kravitz, or D, Patrick Dempsey?
I think it was Ruffies. I
Yeah,
think it was Ruff.
I'll go with Ruffies too.
Yeah.
He seems a little too sensible. For
Yeah, a
that
little-
sort of
Ruff
thing.
was in it.
What?
Oh, he was in it,
Ruffy.
Ruffy.
Ruffy. So it was Zoe Kravitz then.
Jeez.
No, she was in it too.
What?
Oh wow.
It was Patrick Dempsey.
I thought
Dempsey.
Mick Sexy. What's his name on that show?
McDreamy.
Dreamy. I don't know.
Mick Steamy.
Yeah.
McDreamy.
There
Mick
wasn't
Steamy.
McSteamy. That was a different guy.
Mc- Slimy.
Okay, so Mick Steamy was actually in the video. But
Oh, was he?
But McDreamy was not.
McDreamy was.
Mick
not.
Steamy
okay.
is Justin something
Yeah.
or other.
What's his name?
Well, McSteamy was
James
the jerk. yeah.
Mars? No, not James Mars.
James Marsden.
James Marsden wasn't it.
Yeah.
I know what he looks like.
That was
I don't
bad.
know.
Like you can see how people just be like, "Yeah, this will be something. Like this is nice. Maybe we're raising money for something, and I'll give this to Gal. If Gal Gadot messaged you and say, "Would you want to sing like a couple lines of Imagine? We're just
Oh,
trying to do something
obviously I
positive."
would
You'd be
do
like,
it.
"Well, yeah, Gal Gadot, whatever. Like, where do you need me? I'll be there."
yeah.
You know. But it was
I mean,
bad. It
I
was
didn't.
bad.
I didn't hate it, but
I didn't
it was a
love
little-
it.
no.
It was like in the first couple weeks of the pandemic, and people were already over it. It's like, really, we're all in this together. Are we millionaires? Like 2 weeks in, and already we're like, okay, stop doing it.
Well, when Eat the Rich is trending, maybe
Yeah.
tamp it down a little
Maybe
bit.
just don't come out of your mansion.
Now
Kristen Wiig was in that. I was disappointed about that.
And here's the thing.
Sarah
What
Silverman?
was McDreamy? Did he turn it down, or was he just not asked?
Turned down for what?
For the Imagine video.
I'm not aware of
too many
whether
things?
he was asked
Okay.
or not.
Oh, okay.
Because he might have been like a little upset about it at first, but then when it got backlash,
He was like,
"Oh,
"Oh,
yeah, I'm
thank
okay with
God."
not being."
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right. Question number 6. In 2020, which musician considered suing Donald Trump for copyright infringement for using their music at his rallies? Was it A, Willie Nelson, B, Neil Young, C, Bruce Springsteen, or D, Elton John?
Is there an option for all of the above? I feel like he was threatened with lawsuits from Springsteen for sure.
What song would he have used of Elton John's?
Leave on.
Leave on?
Yeah.
The bitch is back.
That's funny. Not Springsteen. What was the other one?
Willie Nelson, Neil Young,
Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen,
Oh, it was
Elton
Neil.
John.
It was Neil Young.
Yeah, it was Neil.
That's correct. It was Neil Young.
That's I think the first time I've actually known for sure an answer on PCPTP.
Wow.
Nice.
So I was going to wait for you to answer first.
Okay, we're still. Well, it's 2-1. So we have,
Also, fun fact, I thought that Neil Young had died a few years ago.
oh, he did.
He had a brain aneurysm.
Yeah.
More than a few.
Well, because there was a biography and like a compilation album that was released at the same time.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
in my I remember because my uncle had asked for them for Christmas, and I was like, "Oh, Neil Young is dead." And then,
People are paying attention to Neil Young again.
Yeah,
well,
that's-
you know, when a biography and
It's
like
true,
best of
totally.
album is
Yeah.
because they're dead.
Yep.
And then I saw him on the news protesting fracking, and I was like, "Oh my god,
yeah.
he's
Looking
alive!"
looking quite dead.
Well,
Yeah.
he kind of looks like Meatloaf now.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can
Not
see
not the food, the singer.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, we're down. It's 2-1. Let's do one more, and if we need a tiebreaker, we'll go. But we're getting late.
Okay. Which actor had an on-set tirade against crew members
Oh.
for violating COVID-19 protocols
Oh,
on
yeah.
set? Was it A, Christian Bale, B, Tom Hardy, C, Tom Cruise, or D, Alec Baldwin?
It was C. Tom Cruise.
TC.
That's correct.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's it. I win.
Too.
No, you want one more?
One more time.
I
Okay,
got
one more. No, it's 2-1.
Okay, this one is like
2-1.
Yeah.
maybe this one's
Reese
tough.
Witherspoon. I got. Remember?
Yeah, and then I got what was the one
Dog
I
Mantle?
got?
Oh yeah, you got the cosmic science. Oh yeah, we are still
mystical
tied.
science.
Okay, you're right. Yeah. Okay, tiebreak.
Okay, question 7. This one's kind of mean, but you know.
I love me.
In 2020, there were lots of engagements, marriages, pregnancies, divorces. What celebrity got both married and divorced in 2020?
Oh wow.
Was it A, Demi Lovato, B, Pamela Anderson, C, Sean Penn, or D, Meek Mills?
I thought Meek was in prison,
I don't think I
which wouldn't preclude him from being married and divorced in the same.
didn't hear anything about who were B and C again.
B is Pamela Anderson,
Yeah.
C is Sean Penn.
I don't remember hearing any news about them in 2020.
I'll go D.
I'll go with A.
It was B, Pamela Anderson.
Anderson.
Who did she get married to?
I forget
And
this
divorced
guy.
from.
It was like a longtime friend of hers. They were married for 12 days.
Wow.
And he helped like pay off a bunch of her debts, and then
Oh,
they
there
got
it is.
divorced.
There
And
it
I
is.
was like, I'm into it.
What?
I'm into that. I'm into that. That is some straight 90s garbage, late 90s
Wow.
garbage.
Sean-
Like,
We're
yeah.
married
for 12 days.
Sean Penn
Jeez.
also apparently got secretly married in 2020.
Really?
God.
Oh, well, I guess secret.
And
so
Demi
that's why I
Lovato
didn't
got
hear.
engaged and unengaged in 2020.
Oh, so I should get like
No partial
kind of
points.
like a half
Go again.
point for
Go
that.
again. Half.
Yeah.
Tiebreaker. Go again.
Okay, so I win by a half.
No.
What?
We'll go again. One more.
Okay, one more.
Tiebreaker.
Several artists released new albums in 2020. Which artist released 2 albums? I have.
Just released 2 albums.
I know.
Okay.
I know what it is.
Okay, A, Taylor Swift, B, Beyonce, C, Selena Gomez, or D, 9 Inch Nails.
Damn.
A.
Yeah, it's Swifty.
Yeah, Evermore
Yeah.
and Folklore. And,
All right.
I answered first, so I win.
and
No,
there was
that's
a third album of her music was released in 2020, but she wasn't happy about it.
Oh.
Oh.
Was it released like without her consent?
So it was like she doesn't own that music.
Oh, that's right. It was like a
Oh.
remaster of something.
Yeah,
old
it was like a live show she did in 2018
Yeah.
or
Okay.
2008.
That is too bad. So we ended a tie. We gotta get going. Like I do one more, but it's 8:53.
I don't have any more for you, Jesse.
All right.
That's it. It's done.
I'm going to call that a soft victory for Lecter.
Fine, fair enough. Nice big softy for Lecter. Emily, thanks for dropping by for another PCPTP party.
Thanks
we
for
love
having
it.
me.
Good
We'll
stuff.
see you next Friday. We'll get this sponsored at some point. For now, we say goodbye for another week. Hope you had a good first week back at work. Mornings at the Cabin, brought to you by Aurora Ford. Driving that north. Talk to you Monday. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.